4 images here are the initial paper prototypes that we created for our application Disaster Radar. For the application, we wanted to have a map of the US with different data points representing recent disaster events. There's a legend representing the different kinds of disasters. When the user hovers over a data point, a small description of the disaster pops up. Then they have the option to click for more details, such as the radius of the disaster and safety measures. Moreover, the user can search for specific locations or disasters on the map. Using a tool called mockups.com, we developed a second version of the paper prototype shown here. The tool allowed us to create a prototype that looks similar to a web application with all the features of a browser. We then moved the legend to the bottom and made it span across the screen. After a second round of usability testing, we developed the main digital prototype. We fleshed out all the features we wanted to include, which will be talked about later.
Our first interviewee was Travis Windelhart, the TA for our Info 360 class. He lives on campus and travels 3 to 4 times a year across the US by car. Travis defines a disaster as anything that affects more than a handful of people and requires emergency responses. He said that receiving alerts of disasters in his vicinity are very important and would want to know the risk of disaster for the places he would travel to. After Travis used our first paper prototype, he said that he found the user interface really easy to navigate. A feature that Travis wanted to implement is a traffic feature that would show any flight delay and any roads or freeways that would have been shut down in the event of a disaster. He was passionate about this feature because in August of last year, he was affected by a traffic stoppage caused by a chlorine spill in Spokane while he was coming back from Yosemite National Park. Our second interview was with Nelson Tan, a junior intending to study informatics who likes to travel often. He defined a disaster as something gone wrong and individuals would need to receive help immediately. He thinks that receiving disaster alerts are very important and would also want to know the risk of disasters to areas that he would travel to.
What are your thoughts on the total user interface behind this application?
So, I do like the simplicity of it. I want to say that maybe have an actual video tutorial on how it works and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say your video would be showing them the map and all the disasters. You can have your your virtual mouse or something ping this one, and then it'll blow up and show them just basically walking them through how to use it.
Through our second round of usability testing, we were able to get ample feedback for the digital prototype. David here basically walked through the entire application and talked about his thinking process. He said what he liked and disliked and the challenges he faced while using the application.
This is our final prototype. It contains all the intended features as well as the features we added after user testing. We included 2 filtering features. The first one filters disaster by day, week, or month. The second filtered by type of disasters. Each data point contains a short description of disaster. The user has an option to view more details which include the radius of affected area, casualties, and a photo of incident. User can specify to receive disaster alerts by entering in their email address and their preferred locations. Moreover, they can also zoom into their location on the map and report if we may have missed a disaster. We hope this tool can come into handy for disaster preparation and will help in predicting disaster in the future. Thank you.